Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Eagle Field, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. We want to thank you for joining us today for this PCC Eagles soccer match. I'm Danny Vidal. Today, we have the PCC Eagles hosting the University of West Florida Argos. Our PCC Eagles come from a 4-1-0 record. They've got 4 wins and 1 tied in the past 5 games. They've done pretty well, and they've come to a pretty tough team tonight, the University of West Florida Argos. We've played them before. I don't think we've ever played them on this field, but tonight is gonna be, I believe, the first time we're gonna be hosting the University of West Florida tonight. They're a very tough team. The Eagles have never been able to beat this team, but we hope to change that tonight. It's a beautiful day. We've got beautiful weather. It's not too hot, not too cold either. It hasn't been raining either, so the field looks really good tonight, and we hope to see a great match between our University of West Florida and our Pensacola Christian College Eagles. As we await the start of this match, we'll hear a word of prayer, the national anthem, and the starter lineups. Don't go anywhere because we'll be back shortly for kickoff.
Welcome to Eagle Field, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the University of West Florida Argos and your PCC Eagles. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for UWF, number 1, A.J. Evans. Number 4, Firkin Arter. Number 8, Bernardo Torres. Number 9, Keegan Anselin. Number 10, Kanan Dos Santos. Number 17, Jack Patching. Number 20, Finn Berner. Number 25, Eduardo Pampolini. Number 26, Finn Geigel. Number 27, Austin Marshall. And number 28, Jaime Gala. The Argos are led by Coach Bill Elliott. And now the starting lineup for your Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Number 1, Bryce Hammond. Number 3, Niwe Mujeni. Number 6, Luke Miklas. Number 8, Chase Hawkins. Number 9, Lorenzo Gonsalves. Number 15, Giovanni Pagliello. Number 16, Reed Rhodes. Number 17, Matthias Lee. Number 18, Jacob Bundy. Number 22, Dakota Barkas. And number 23, Caleb Welch. The Eagles are led by Coach Joe Lewas, with assistant coaches Matthias Kanata and Clint Peterson. Officiating for today's game are Rainier Kelly, Robert Mann, and Luke Niles. At this time, please stand for prayer, followed by the national anthem. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the blessings you've given us. Thank you for the chance to go out here and play tonight. Keep both teams safe. Do everything to your honor and your glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition.
And we are off for tonight's game between the Pensacola Christian Eagles and the University of West Florida. Off the start, we can see the Eagles are starting off with the 4-3-3 formation. We're very glad that Dakota Barkus is back on the team after, I believe it was a couple of weeks that he was out injured. But it's good to see him back out on the field today. At the start of this match, we're going to see both teams try to measure each other up, see who will get to control most of the possession in this game. Try to play that ball over Bundy, but he was ready to hit that out. The Argos knocking the ball around. Chase Hawkins does well to take that out of bounds for a throw-in. Marshak with the ball. Finds Dos Santos in the middle. Intercepted well by Barkus. Now the Eagles enjoy possession, but it's a quick turnover for the University of West Florida. Again, it looks like Marshak is going to be the distributor from the back for the Argos tonight. As well, chases this ball and hits it out of bounds for a throw-in. Marshak finds Quiros, who adventures past the half of the field here. Dos Santos is dispossessed by Lorenzo, and Reed is up to the race. Still Reed. Is dispossessed by Marshak. And again, West Florida looks to build from the back. Dos Santos looks like it's going to be a throw-in for the Eagles. Very well done by Caleb Welch on this right side of the field. Welch tries to find Lorenzo. And Dakota does well. Just switch that ball to the other side of the field. Oh, Dakota seems to have looks like his left ankle area is bothering him at the moment, but he'll try to continue on. Evans with the ball finds Marshak on this left side. Marshak with Quiros. And Dakota goes down to the ground early in this game. Not very good news for the Eagles. We hope it's nothing serious, but he's gonna be taking having the physical trainer looking at him to see if he can continue, or if there's something that, if this is gonna be it for Dakota tonight. Looks like Dakota is going to
Subbing in
get
for
off the
Eagles,
field.
Number 11,
And number 11, Eric Romero, is going to make his way in tonight. We've seen him before out here. Great player. New into the team, but he looks like he's filling in just fine within the chemistry of this team. Bryce Hammond with the ball. Goes long, trying to find Lorenzo. And that's a great save by Bryce. Matias plays long to Lorenzo, who tries to find Pauliello, but dispossessed, and the ball goes back to University of West Florida with Quiros in the back with Marshik. Looking around to see if he can find anybody. He goes back and plays with Quiros. Torres now shows in the middle for him. All the way to the right. And the Argos recycle that ball back with Marshik once again. Quiros, Marshik. Finds Patching in the middle. Plays it to Artar. Finds the cross. And just over everybody. And Welch heads it out for a corner kick. The first one of the night. It's going to go to the University of West Florida. Now the Eagles are going to try to defend the set piece. It's going to be Finn Giggle to take this corner kick. Eagles do well to clear that ball out. All the way back to Quiros. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Evans. And UWF seem to have enjoyed most of the possession so far. We're almost 10 minutes into this game. And both teams still measuring each other up. As Romero has the ball right now. He looks to have a shot. Just out of bounds, but it looks like it's going to be a corner kick, and a great opportunity for the Eagles tonight to take advantage of this corner kick. Well done by Eric Romero in the midfield side of the field. He did well to get past his defender and take a shot that earned his team a corner kick tonight. And the set piece taker for this corner kick is going to be Chase Hawkins. Looking to whip that into the area. Places short with Pauliello. Cross goes in. Unfortunately out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for UWF tonight. Quiros to Evans. Marshik. With Werner. Back to Quiros. Torres now with the ball. Finds number 9, Anselin, up top. Lorenzo applying the pressure there on Torres. And the Argos have to go back with Werner. Marshall, they're under pressure, and the Eagles do well to get that ball back. But they were quickly dispossessed, and a foul on the Hawkins. Dos Santos with the ball. Flicks it over 2 players. But Rhodes does well to clear that out. With Artar. Finds Dos Santos with Torres. And Bryce collects that ball. Very well defended there by the Eagles. They were able to close out the spaces, and Bryce was able to collect that easily. And Matthias Lee goes down. It's going to be the second player for PCC. Let's hope it's nothing serious again. But it looks like he's going to be good enough to continue for now. Werner fights Artar. Hopeful long ball there to their number 9, Anselin. And Hawkins with the ball. With Dos Santos. And now Guillen with the ball. Now Dos Santos with the ball. 1-2 with Torres. Well defended there by Bundy. I'm sorry, not Bundy. That's going to be Lucas Miklas. And this is the second corner kick for UWF. And play quick and short. Blocked by Hawkins. Dos Santos with the cross again. That ball ping-ponging around the area. And off the cross, that's the first goal for the University of West Florida. The Eagles unable to clear that ball off the danger zone, and they're punished by their number 27, Austin Marshik. Hawkins with that long ball to Niue. Collected by Evans. And now with this 1-0 lead, the UWF Argos are going to be more comfortable going in on the attack. Quiros plays that long ball out to Patching. Finds Torres. All the way back to Quiros. Marshik. Finds Artar. With Dos Santos. Looks like that ball's still in. Referee says play on. Hawkins now on the counter. He's by himself. unable to dribble past the defender there, but Dos Santos with the ball, and that's a second goal for UWF. Number 9, Keegan Anselin does well to get past Lee and puts that cross in for Dos Santos with an easy finish and the second of the night. We'll see if our Pensacola Christian Eagles can react and bounce back from this 0-2 lead by UWF. Welch with Lee. Now Welch up the field, tries to find Lorenzo, but the pass is not accurate enough. Werner all the way back to Marshak. Quiros. Torres. Dos Santos again in the middle of the attack. Good step there by Lee, but dispossessed again. Welch just able to block that cross out for a corner kick. Number 26, Finn, with the cross. He whips it in. Over the goalkeeper. And Eric Romero now. The Eagles look to counter. Romero finds Pauliello. But that pass is overkicked, and the UWF now enjoys possession. And the referee stops the game for an injured player here on the field. It looks to be Marshak, number 27. Number 2, Keegan Lynch comes in to substitute Marshak while he gets attention there for their physical therapist. It's a like-for-like position, number 2 out on the left center back. I'm sorry, it's going to go in for a left back position, and Arthur is going to take that center back position for him. Finn with the ball. Back to Artar. Finds Werner, who tries to find Torres there, but well defended by Bundy. And it's going to be Guillen to take this corner kick. Rice punches that out. And Miklas hits it out. Out wide to Werner. Back to Artar. Artar finds Finn, but the touch let him down there. And it's going to be a corner goal kick, for Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Long kick by Bryce. Niue does well to have possession of the ball, but missed touch there by, I believe it was Bundy. Artar. All the way out wide. Well defended there by Lee. That ball goes right back to UWF. And now Werner with the ball. Torres. Quick 1-2 with Dos Santos. And Finn with the cross and number 9. Keegan Anselin. Again, a dagger in the heart for Pensacola Christian College Eagles. And that's going to be the third of the night for UWF. Dispossessed there, Dos Santos. But the referee is going to bring that ball back. And a yellow card for Bryce Hammond, and looks to be a penalty kick for UWF. And they're going to ask for the medic here to come in. A lot of injuries early into this game. We're only 20 minutes in, and we've seen at least 4 injuries. And it looks like Dos Santos is going to be carried off the field with an ankle injury. We can see him limping off. We wish him a speedy recovery. As we see Patching preparing to take this penalty kick. Number 15, Kendrick, taking displays, and Patching puts it back in the back of the net for the 4th of the night for UWF. Send the goalkeeper Bryce the other way. Well taken penalty kick by Patching. Hawkins with the long ball out to Niue. And it's going to be a foul on Quiros by Niue. Artar to Quiros. Artar. To Patching. Out to Finn. Does well to control that ball. And the Argos knocking the ball around side to side, trying to find an opening. Torres with Artar. Well defended there by Welch. That ball goes all the way back to goalkeeper Evans. Torres now to build from the back. Finds Werner. It's going to be a foul on Torres. Now the Argos playing very comfortably now with a 4-0 lead. But they haven't taken the foot off the gas yet. They look to add another one. Nicholas finds Romero out on the left-hand side of the field. Touch let him down there a little bit too much. And it's going to be a throw-in for UWF. Finn finds Patching. Plays back to Artar with Finn. Tries to find that long ball. But again, the Eagles have not seen a lot of the ball tonight. Anyway, back to Bundy. With Lee. Sends that long ball to Reed Rhodes. Miscommunication there with the goalkeeper. Finn now with Kendrick. Finds Patching in the middle. Good first touch there to get away from Hawkins. Now Finn all the way on the right-hand side. Crosses that ball in. Half clear by Lee. And Rhodes sends that all the way back for a throw-in. Werner with Finn. Torres. Back with Finn. Finds Guillen in the middle with patching. All the way out to Finn. Puts that ball in. But that just go past everybody. And Niue collects that. And it's going to be a foul on Niue. Miklas with that long ball trying to find Lorenzo upfield. Evans to Artar. To Werner. Goes back to Artar. Finds Torres wide open in the middle. To Guillen. The Argos crowding that right side of the field. Guillen tries to put that ball in, but that's gonna go out for a corner kick. They play it short. Trying to find that cross and a hopeful bicycle kick by their number 9, Keegan Anselin. But that just goes out for a goal kick for the Eagles. Again, the Eagles trying to organize themselves, trying to find that ball a little more. They need a little bit more communication here. Maybe Coach Lewis might look to make some changes for the second half. Lee. Finds Reed. Pauliello, dangerous pass there. Romero and the Eagles do well to knock this ball around, trying to enjoy some possession. Missed touch there by Romero. Quiros. Artar. Torres, we've heard his name a lot tonight. The Argos dispossessed now with Lorenzo. Patching. Takes on Lee. And that's going to be a throw in. He ran out of field there. It's going to be a throw in for our Eagles. Welch to take it. And the first substitution for the Eagles is going to be number 20, Nicholas Clark, coming in for number 16, Reed Rhodes. And some fresh legs here. Werner. Quiros. Niue trying to get that ball back, but dispossessed in the throw-in for the Argos. Bundy finds Hawkins in the middle. Looking for options, but goes back to goalkeeper Bryce. Second ball recovered by Romero. Pauliello plays it out wide for Bundy. And now Lee trying to distribute from the back. Well touched by Caleb Welch. Just a missed kick pass there by Lee, trying to find Niue. He apologizes.
Looks like the defense for the Eagles is sitting in a little bit, trying to figure out how they're going to get the ball back and regain possession. Good pressure from Niue out on the wing. Good defense as he drops back. It's definitely been a fast-paced game here today, as the Eagles have already gone down 4-0. But it looks like each of the players are still staying in this game and sticking to the defensive plan of sitting in and really trying to hold that possession.
Kendrick back to Finn. Good cross into the heart of the area. And Romero just clears that out.
Romero driving, trying to find Lorenzo. Lorenzo trying to find number 20. Number 20, Nick, working on the wing.
And some substitutions here for Eagles.
Subbing
Number
in
10,
for the Eagles.
Sam Berrigan
Number
coming in
5,
for Lorenzo.
Jameson Jones.
And
And
number
10,
5,
Samuel Berrigan.
Jameson Jones coming in for Pauliello. Werner finds Torres. And the Argos look to switch the game.
It really is coming down to a game of possession, Danny, where UWF is really sitting in and trying to move the ball, trying to find the simple gaps, and trying to get our Eagles to step and one false step and just break the line of defense.
Yeah, you're right. The Argos here have a 4-0 lead, and they look pretty comfortable out there tonight, just knocking the ball around, trying to find the spaces, trying to find the gaps, and just capitalize on those little mistakes that our Eagles have unfortunately made. Looks like some shingles are on the grass.
You know, that happens. Right here, we see something build up as we see a cross coming in from number 2.
Finn tries to cross that in. Kendrick.
Good defense recovery right there by Matthias Lee.
And another substitution for UWF, number 16, Daniel Feldman coming in for number 8, Torres.
We see a substitute right there with Niue for Angel Petrie Garcia, and as we see Salvador Pacor coming into the game
Angel Pietri Garcia.
for Chase
Number
Hawkins.
19, Salvador Picard.
Let's see if those those midfielders can make a difference right there and kind of hold the ball a little more. As we see a quick build up right here on the wing. Some good pressure from our Eagles as Angel comes right into the game to make an impact. Some good defense right there by Caleb Welch. Just unfortunate miscommunication right there by the Eagles. It just takes just a little bit of just talking and figuring out what they need to do in the back line. We see Salvador trying to find the easy out as he finds the outlet, but then Bundy right there on the wing trying to find Samuel Berrigan up top as Sam tries to give some pressure right there to that back line of UWF and have them make a decision.
Yeah, the Eagles unfortunately have been chasing that ball for about 25 minutes now, and getting tired legs. You know, we know what it's like to chase the ball. It's not fun.
Especially in this kind of game.
Yeah, UWF has always been a tough team to play.
Yeah, but I will say that it is the first time that we've had them at home.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think we ever played them. here
Yeah,
at home.
I mentioned that at the beginning of the game. This is our first time hosting, you know, this match, because our neighbors are really like 10, 15 minutes away from here. So we usually go out to their campus and play the game over there. But this year,
that's a good pressure right there by Caleb Welch as he got stuck in. Ooh, unfortunate. Right there, Nicholas Clark was just being aggressive as he was just trying to get the ball back and working hard and honestly trying to give some energy back into this game. Because I mean, Danny, we both know that this game really come into it with the mentality of we're here to sit in. This is a really good team. They bring in a lot of good outside talent, usually foreign internationals.
Yeah, a lot of internationals.
Which it's always a joy to play against them because it always ups your game. It brings you a lot of different insight, especially at this point in the season, even though our Eagles have been undefeated so far. Kind of a humbling moment, so to speak.
As you see another cross there by Patching. And Werner collects that.
A good ball on the
Dangerous
inside.
Cross there. Number 9, Anselin. Just the lightest of touches would have made that ball go in the back of the net.
Some good movement by UWF. You love to see it, even when they're up like this. You see a substitution right here for Fontenot.
Coming in for the dangerous number 9, Keegan Anselin. And another substitution for our Eagles, number 14, Caden Brink, coming in for Eric Romero.
Eric's really been putting in a number this half and trying to win the ball back, and I'm sure he's definitely exhausted from all the movement that he's had to do.
Yeah, really good player. He hustles in the middle of the field there, and we've seen that tonight.
Yeah, and we see Caden Brink coming into the game. Really, we know a little backstory with his brother being an alumni now here, and really bringing in some new talent this year as he's a solid center back that they brought in that honestly is able to play anywhere. He's a very diverse player that comes onto this Eagles team. We see an in-swinger coming into the UWF captain, setting it for number 17. Number 17 with a nice finish right there by Jack Patching. It's a good goal, good movement. Really, Danny, it's like those small touches that make the game go.
Quick 1-2s, man. Like, they open up the space. And if there's somebody in that gap with space to turn and face the goal, then it's always a dangerous situation for the defense.
It sure is. Number 5, Lorenzo Weber getting ready to come into the game as a substitute for UWF. Just a good change of direction right there by Caden Brink.
But again, quickly dispossessed.
Again, Danny, it's those quick 1-2s. A strong hand right there coming out from Bryce Hammond. You love to see it even now, just pushing in this game. As Matthias Lee is trying to get stuck in. Need to stay smart here. It's not really a game you need to get carded in.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, the scoreboard creates frustration within the team. We saw some argument, and that's never good for a team. But being down 5 goals to none, you know, sometimes it gets to your head. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and really, it's like these moments especially that it builds character and really shows their mentality when they're down, not giving up, or how they're going to react. Because regardless of the scoreline, it's a matter of, are you going to be trying the rest of this game, not just giving up and rolling over in defeat.
Finally, Lorenzo Weber coming in for Artar.
Some good communication from the UWF center back right there, number 5. Lorenzo Weber already coming into the game and making a voice for himself. Really dominating and showing to the other players just a sense of direction and not trying to rush the game, but rather drop it back and allow them to play, which is definitely what you want to see. And for our Eagles, it's really just staying disciplined and not being all over the place and conserving a little bit of energy. Some good build up on the wing.
Finds Guillen up top. Cuts it back in for Werner. No flag. Feldman with the long shot blocked.
Right there by Jamison Jones. Jamison Jones really works hard. Anytime he's in the game, he's definitely trying to get in the way of any passes and making a difference in any way that he can.
Yeah, and as a freshman, this is also a very good experience. You know, you come here and play an NCAA team, Division II. And Guillen trying to set up himself for a shot.
Off his own player right
Yeah.
there. Unfortunate. It looked like it was going top bins.
Yeah, it looked like a very dangerous shot. I don't know if Bryce saw that coming.
I mean, it was very split second. Maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah. A lot of players in his way too, so.
Yeah. And like going back to what you said, Danny, like this is a great experience for freshmen, because I remember like when we came in as freshmen that it was something that you walked into, and even some of the senior guys were preparing us for the mentality here. We're not here to necessarily pound on them because they're a really good team. We're there to stay our ground, stay disciplined, and play our game, because it's very easy to get sucked up into their game.
Yeah, definitely.
Some good control right there by Samuel Berrigan. Unfortunate dispossessed right there. Some good pressure right there by Caden Brink and Salvador.
Patchen finds Kendrick in the middle.
Good recovery by Jamison Jones. Gives away a
It's gonna
free
be
kick right
foul.
there.
It's gonna
Yeah.
bring it back. It's weird because UWF had possession up to that point still.
Yeah,
It was a throw-in as well, but
he was allowing the play to go on, but he brought it back as soon as he realized that they no longer were going to be in possession. But it looks like he's not going to card Jamison Jones, which is a positive out of that, because that could have easily been a yellow card. As we see number 26 line up for the kick, we see Finn Gagel. It's a good free kick right there, and Bryce coming out and being big. Good block. Good save right there by Bryce Hammond.
it's good to see that. It'll give him a little confidence.
it's good to see that energy from your keeper because it really starts all the way in the back line. If your keeper starts feeling down, it affects the whole team. So it's really just that little spark of energy that it gives that can make all the difference. It's good to see Bryce really coming out lively. It's a good ball right there. Hopefully he can allow it to play on as Nicholas Clark tries to sneak in behind. Good as Matthias collects it and simply tries to work hard right there in the middle. Right here on the wing, number 17. Patching, just working hard as he drives towards the middle and moves the ball to number 20, Finn Warner. We see some new movement. Good shot. Good shot. Good block. It's a good block by Bryce.
Yeah, with 1 minute left in this game, I'm sure Coach Lee was just going to look to make some changes, trying to try some strategies out.
As we see a short corner right there. As they're trying to get an in-swinger right in the box. A shot on Bryce. Unlucky. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Coach Lewas switches things up because it definitely is a time to try out formations and test out where guys are comfortable and make sure that they are staying disciplined to their positions.
Yeah, and maybe it'll be good to give the starters a breather on the second half. You know, have some of the new guys come in and try to get some experience in this game.
Just unlucky right there by Matthias Lee trying to find Samuel Berrigan up top. Really, it comes down to those little mentality moments of just making sure that every touch that you make is a sure pass to feet, making sure it's not overhit and all those different things, especially when you're tired and playing against a team like this. The little things matter so much. Some good pressure as Sam drops back. As we see a cross to the back post right there for number 2. Keegan Lynch, the shot. As we see the time empty out at the end of the half, we see that there was a lot of things for the Eagles to work on and improve in that second half. Danny, what do you think those needs are for them to adjust and come out better in the second half?
I just have one word: possession. The Eagles really have not seen the ball a whole lot this first half. And if they can hold that ball a little longer, swing it around the field, trying to find the gaps, trying to find those spaces, I think they'll be able to improve their game a lot more, and be more confident.
Yeah, and I really do think that it comes down to staying in their positions. You saw a few times where there was 2 or 3 guys pressuring a center back. Like if you go just 2 guys and not the whole team, yeah, it looks kind of ragged. And so as we come to the end of the half, it's 5-0 with the Argos leading. And we'll be back at the start of the second half after a break from our sponsors.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load. And, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule. A perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
It's a passion that unites us, the heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
Welcome back, Eagle fans. As we prepare to enter the second half, we have some stats here for you. The University of West Florida had 17 shots on the first half, while our Pensacola Christian Eagles only had 2. So we've seen the difference in shots on goal, on target. The West Florida also had 5 corner kicks against just the 1 of Pensacola Christian College. So definitely there needs to be some improvement on the second half. What do you think, David, that you saw out there on this first half?
I mean, on this first half, honestly, I was talking to some of the guys just now, and I asked them, how was the possession out there? And they're like, yes. And they really can tell that the possession is a difference maker in this game. And so it's going to really come down to who wants it more in the second half and who's going to dictate what this game is going to look like for the rest of the second half. So right here, Bryce, it says in the first half, Bryce had a total of 4 saves with 5 goals on target, 5 goals against, which it's unfortunate because really he's kept a clean record all season.
Yeah.
But when you come to games like this, he's going to have a ton of shots on, and there's not much he can do. He can make as much saves as he wants. But at the end of the day, this is a team that really, like some of the some of the guys put it was, they can really turn it on whenever they want.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so,
that's, this UWF team is a great team. And now as the second half gets underway, the Eagles lead by 5 goals to 0. And going into this half, we'll see some players that may have to step up, take accountability here of this game and trying to encourage their teammates to continue to play until the end whistle.
Yeah, and who do you think is going to be like that one player that gives this Eagle team a spark?
I mean, I've definitely seen Eric Romero work hard out there. Out of everybody, I think he stood out the most, at least to me. The way I see him trying to get the ball back, just hustling back to defense and supporting in the attack as well.
Yeah, I really do think Eric's gonna be huge in that midfield. But I also do think that it's going to take some forwards linking up play with our midfielders to just put one away. And I think Niue can do that the second half. It's just about if he makes himself available to win the ball back. So
yeah, he just needs to make those runs in behind the defense. If you give him space, he's gone. He's so fast. And our Eagles here have to, know that Niue is going to get to that ball.
Yeah, and it really comes down to this. I remember when we played, it comes down to trust. This is a big game about trust because you have to trust each other's feet. Even if it's a rocket to the foot, you have to be willing to give each other a challenging pass and work off of it, and that's how you grow.
Yeah. And we see now Bundy trying to bring that ball up on the left side of the field. Romero's going to take this throw in.
That's a long throw from Eric Romero right there, right into the mixer as we've seen some pressure from the outside.
Yeah, and one thing to note is now Niue is playing the number 9 position, and Lorenzo here playing the number 7 as a left winger.
Unlucky there as Bundy just misses it, but he's able to recover back and win the ball right there. And they're leading Niue. Oh, and they take Niue out, but Niue is still going. He's back up, and he's on his feet, and he's pressing. Goalie just mishit the ball for UWF, and right here it's an opportunity for our Eagles to really just try and capitalize on these little mistakes because it really is going to come down to one mistake, and we're able to break away into the goal and have a shot. Danny, when you were playing these games as a forward, what was your mindset going into it?
Honestly, just trying to find the mistakes because chasing the ball around, you don't want to waste your energy just going after a pass. Just if you saw that there was a missed touch or see a mistake here at Niue, see those little mistakes like that, you can capitalize on those, and you gotta be watch out for those. So that's mainly as a number 9, what you gotta look for when playing teams like these.
No, for sure. And just like you said right there, it's going to be those little mistakes that you force the defense to make. as Niue was giving them good pressure, and we saw Luke Miklas just win the ball in the air. And it's really going to be that hunger of who wins the first and second ball in the air, and desires for the ball to be at their feet and not allow for the UWF team to really settle in. Some good pressure out wide by Reed Rhodes as he works hard to try and win the ball back, as they're really kind of playing a little bit of a tiki-taka around him with a little 1-2s down the line and trying to find the guy central. As Gio tries to clear it, we get a big clearance by Eric Romero trying to get us up. And Niue right there putting some pressure on the center back. That's exactly what we were just talking about.
That's going to be a handful.
That's good. Way to draw the foul, Niue.
And that's one way that, you know, Niue has been helping this team get up the field. Because when it looks like this team, when he tries to build from the back, UWF is just all over. They play a high pressure.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Eagles are going to try to look for those fouls to get them up the field.
Yeah, and really it's trying to shift the momentum. Like, you want to definitely just kill their momentum if they've been pressing. As we see here as the ball gets away to Lorenzo Gonsalves. But it ends up as a UWF throw. Some good pressure as the Eagles are just shifting and trying to make UWF open up the game.
Yeah, Feldman there finds Kendrick. Out to Finn, but
somehow they make it work as they try to find the easy ball set inside. It was good defense right there by Bundy. Really some good challenges and strong challenges right there from our Eagles as we see them get stuck in.
yeah, trying to still go at it, you know. Still had a whole second half to play.
Yeah, and definitely, like, when you have a half like this that you're playing, it's honestly, it comes down to your mindset. If you come into this half where I am trying to work on what little things that we've gone over in practice with Coach, it then starts translating in how you play. Because right here in this game especially, it's doing the little things in practice that translate right here, like pressing together, working together, and making sure you're on the same page.
Werner finds Finn out of the left.
Some good skill out there as he just gets a hard challenge. A good touch right there by the UWF captain. Ooh, that was close.
Man, that was just out by a hair there.
And Bryce managed to challenge it, which I really do think that contested shot is what made all the difference, or otherwise that would have been in the back of the net. So a little bit of miscommunication right there by our center back, Matthias and Bryce, but
yeah, and Chase
somehow it worked out.
Yeah, and we see Chase here down on the right side of the field. It looks like, you know, it's entire legs.
And definitely I think that collision had something to do with it, because
oh yeah,
when they collided, it seemed like both players kind of like went up in the air.
He seems fine though, so he's up on his feet and
he's probably trying to draw the foul, honestly. But I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you try to get the referee's attention that the game's picking up in the intensity a little bit, so that you see you see some calls go your way. Good turn right there by Pauliello as he finds Niue with some space, trying to find Pauliello back as a return. And Pauliello putting some good pressure right there. And that's exactly what we're talking about, Danny, of just putting pressure together and being on the same page. As Caleb's having some work on the outside. You see some good defense right there. Of just holding up the play and slowing them down a little bit. Good recovery right there. From, I believe, Caden Brink.
Finn with the throw in. Ball falls back to Feldman. All the way back to
Some
Weber.
good pressure right there by Niue. And really, that's what it is. It's just that little touch, and he's past the goalie.
Yeah, we talked about that. It's the second time that there's been, some miscommunication there with the last defender and the goalkeeper.
As we see an offsides right there on the near side. It's a good, smart defensive play. But really, right there, Danny, is exactly what we're talking about. Like, it's going to be one touch, and he's free. But it's Niue's breakaway speed that is going to capitalize on those mistakes.
Yeah, and I think that's why Coach decided to play him as a number 9 for the second half,
You see a nice bit of skill right there from Lorenzo trying to hold up the possession. Unfortunate Bundy wasn't able to find feet. As we see UWF try to change the dynamic of the field.
Yeah, Marcus Pereira. I think he just came in for the second half. And he's been all over that midfield tonight.
Something to pick up for those watching is just the movement. Just the movement from this UWF team. If you watch, each of them are constantly focused on the ball, and they're already moving outside and into place, checking in and out of the space. And it's something that really, as a team, you have to be on the same page to be able to communicate and play that way. As we see right there, a good set right there from the UWF captain. Bundy was just trying to get away with it, try to get an extra few steps.
Get a couple yards.
Hey, you know what it is. I mean, you understand when you're a bit shorter. I mean, you try to sneak up as much as you can because try to catch the referee sleeping.
Heavy touch there by Pereira, and it goes off bounds, out of bounds for a goal kick.
As we see Lorenzo collecting the ball and trying to win that ball back with a hard challenge. Romero getting stuck in with Miklas winning the ball right there. A good win right there by Lorenzo as Chase just feels the pressure and gets a good transition for us. It's just about working together and finding the easy passes and playing the simple ball. Good. It's a good just possession of trying to switch the field and get those bounce passes and work off of each other instead of trying to go and force the same way. As we see some pressure coming to Miklas. Romero reading the ball right and unfortunately losing it right there. Or it was Matthias Lee, correction.
Pereira with the shot. Just goes out wide. Not by a lot. But again, you know, we talked about that high pressure that UWF applies on this Eagles team. Very difficult to get out of.
Yeah, but we do see a lot of space in that midfield. As you see, they're really putting like 3 or 4 guys around Niue, as they're not misjudging his speed and his strength to win the ball right there in the center of the pitch. Good turn by Niue as he drives down line. And Niue just carrying, just about playing the simple ball. Finding feet. Oh, unlucky as he tried to find Chase Hawkins.
Just intercepted there the last second.
And Jacob Bundy just making a great run to recover back. Unfortunately, I believe he is going to be carded.
Yeah, just a yellow card.
Which isn't that bad because I remember, I think this rule might have changed, but once you got yellow carded, you had to come out of the game for a substitute.
Yeah, I don't remember if we ever enforced that when we were playing.
I remember maybe 1 or 2 games. The
But
referee
yeah, I do
enforced
remember
it.
that being a rule. At least in the NCCAA.
Straight up.
And that's going to be called offsides on Feldman.
As we see Bryce Hammond really trying to get a little bit of a breather back there. And so it allows our Eagles to get up into space.
Bryce with the long kick.
A good win by Lorenzo right there in the middle. Trying to find Gio. A good step right there by Miklas, not allowing that through ball to go in. Good stuff from Reed. Trying to find Pauliello and work together right there. And Niue giving some pressure. Some good recovery right there to just clear the ball as there was incoming
Yeah, UWF
attackers.
doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. They want to get some more goals. They're already 5-0, but I mean this can turn pretty bad here for the Eagles if we don't lock down our defense.
Which we've definitely seen an improvement in this first 15 minutes compared to the first 15 minutes of the first half. Just like you talked about earlier, Danny, it's really just trying to find those 1-2s off of each other and so they're able to move into space and then find the guy in behind
Yeah.
our center backs. UWF really pressing to win this corner as they put 9 men in the box. There's really nowhere for Niue to go up top other than try to boot it long and get us up. So finding the easy passes right here is going to be essential. And it's good movement from Niue, just unlucky. Bryce has to come out, and he comes out and gives away a penalty. It's
Man,
unfortunate. There's a 50-50 ball, and he came out, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And I think especially as a keeper, when you come out, it's a lot easier when it's a 1v1 for calls to go against you.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm really glad the referee didn't go for the yellow card because Bryce already on a yellow on the first penalty on that first half.
Oh, he's already on yellow.
Yeah, he's already on a yellow. So that was, I really thought the referee was gonna reach for his back pocket there.
I
but
totally forgot. That's a little bit of grace right there.
Yeah, that's for sure. So
See
he's
him,
learning to take
see him
his-
block it right here. Oh, unlucky. He dove the right way. It was just unfortunate. It went right over his hands.
Yeah, it's a very well taken PK. I mean, there was a lot of power in that shot, even though Bryce gets the right way. Very hard to stop those penalty kicks.
We see some substitutes coming in as we see number 8 from UWF, Bernardo Torres, and we see number 14 coming in, Rabdiel Martinez. Coming in for number 20, Finn Werner. Finn's really been putting in a work right here, being all over the field and really dominating possession. And we see Chase Hawkins coming out for a sub as we see Jamison Jones coming in to fill that space. Niue is really coming in and trying to win that ball back. He's hungry for it, which is exactly what you want to see from your number 9. A little bit too much right there. Ball is straight up. Bryce with a good recovery. Ooh, that was a hard collision. A hard 50-50 right there on the wing, as both players are down. Looks like they're having a nice little chat on the ground.
Yeah. I think a little bit of hesitation there by Bryce. He decided to punch that ball out instead of just collecting it with his hands.
Yeah, and really, as a goalkeeper, you can't have any hesitation right there. You just got to go full send it, and you just got to go for it, because otherwise it's more dangerous for you. Oh, they almost passed the ball to us up here. As the Eagles are just trying to slow the ball down and honestly gain some possession instead of try to just force the ball through. Some good movement. Jamison Jones losing that ball but dropping back to recover. You see some good movement right here from Niue. Really, it's just those little passes that are allowing UWF to bounce forward into space. And it's great for our Eagles to have an experience like this, Danny, because it prepares them for this weekend and the rest of this season. And honestly, it kind of gives them a frame of mind of what a higher level at NCAA Division II team plays like, because I'm sure we have some upcoming matches that are going to be a little more difficult.
Yeah, and I think this is definitely one of the hardest games of the season. The next game, it's gonna be a conference game, so we come up against Trinity Baptist. I know we've seen them a lot out here, and that's going to be a really key game for us to win. But right now, we see UWF
With
on
the
the
through
counter.
ball, trying to find feet in the middle, and good recovery right there by Miklas. Good clearance.
Yeah, Mikkel's been really solid out on the back. Just a few mistakes, but for the most part, very solid, very confident there on his clearances, on his passes, and I like the way he's played tonight.
Yeah, and he definitely looks like one of the more experienced players out there, giving some quality and some guidance to some of those newer guys, and showing them to just stay strong and stick with the play and not giving up.
the ing swinger, and that's going to be the 7th of the night for UWF. Trying to look around as to who the goal scorer was, but it looked like it was either an own goal or just the ball bouncing around and just finding his way in the back of the net.
The proper name for it, isn't it, is an Olympico goal?
Yeah.
Subbing in for the Eagles,
And we see
number 14, Caden Brink, and number
Salvador
19,
Picard coming in for
Salvador
Pauliello.
Picard.
And Brink coming in as well for Caleb Welch.
Looks like the Eagles are trying to get a little more attack up there. It's a strong challenge from Bundy. Looks like he got a bit of a dead leg.
Yeah, that's going to be another injury tonight.
It's great to see that he's back up on his feet. A hard tackle like that, you definitely don't want to see a player like Jacob go down and out. We've already seen a lot of injuries in this game for both UWF and for PCC. And you never want that as a player, as a competitor. You always want everyone at their best and healthy. So it's quite unfortunate that we've seen the injuries that have taken place tonight.
And Bundy not looking good at all. I mean,
He's toughing it out.
he's limping very badly.
It's just going to take a little bit.
Yeah.
He's just got to run it out. Trying to go for that chilena, that bicycle kick right there.
Yeah.
Deflection off Niwe's chest. Just lands, unfortunately, to the feet of the UWF player. See Bundy going up for tackle, and Romero really winning that ball right there. A bit of a ball that was forced right there. Even though Romero was calling for it, he had two guys on his wing instead of driving it through the middle and finding the simple pass. A good step from Bryce as he wins the ball right there. A lot of pressure right there, and you can't really be flat-footed right there from Miklas. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
There's only so much that Bryce can do right there.
Yeah, the 8th of the night.
Number 18.
It's going to go for Marcus Pereira. He came in. We talked about him. We came in the second half. You know, fresh legs. He's been all over this midfield, applying the pressure, earning those balls back.
Number 7,
And he gets his first of the night.
And we see Jacob Bernard coming into the game for Jacob Bundy. A switch of the Jacobs tonight.
Yeah, we saw Jacob Bundy limping. I don't think he was ever going to recover from that.
Yeah, and at
clash
this point,
that he had.
At this point, it's 8-0, and it's not worth it. It's not worth
You
having
don't want to
players
risk
play
one of your
injured.
starters to play the rest of a game like that, especially not a game like this where you're down 8 goals to none.
And really, from Coach Liwa's perspective, I'm sure that he's already thinking of it. It's strategically trying to find a way to get some of these younger guys in and play against this team and get some fresher legs in and start resting guys for Saturday. Unlucky
And
right there.
dispossessed again by Torres.
A good tackle right there from Caden Brink. Way to get stuck in. Trying to find Niwe right there. Down line, some pressure right there by Jacob Bernard.
Two center backs pinging the ball around, trying to find that gap. There it is, Feldman with space in the middle.
I get a little fake right there on the outside by Caleb Welch. No, I believe that was Matthias Lee on the outside right. Good win right there by Romero. Just simple, finding feet, not rushing the pass, just playing together, opening the field. Took a little too long right there by Lorenzo. Really, you can't dribble this team. It's about a 1-2 touch and then release, or even just one touch and then release. A little bit of frustration there.
Kendrick carrying that ball up the field. Finds Finn. And back to their center backs.
A bit of an unnecessary challenge right there by Lorenzo. I know he's trying to win the ball back, but the guy isn't facing him and coming in from behind. I know that when I was playing, I had a bunch of those tackles. And really, it comes out of frustration because you want to make a difference and you want to win the ball back, but at the end of the day, just taking it out on other players isn't the move.
Yeah, number 7, Fontnot, doing well there to get past Jacob Bernard with a simple overstep.
Looks like number 31, Edward Alonsi, is getting ready to come in at keeper as a substitute, and we see Samuel Berrigan coming in, Nicholas Clark, and we see number 2 for the Eagles, Chris Martinez, coming into the game, still wearing his penny. Switching out with Matthias Lee. We saw Niwe Mugeni coming out of the game and Reed Rhodes. As we get some fresh legs in here and start resting the starters. We see an in-swinger come in and guys crashing.
Another throw in for UWF.
Looks like it's going to be a long throw in the box.
Yeah, he's winding up for it.
Bit of a rocket. Unfortunate.
Samuel, they're all alone up there on the field.
On its touch. Trying to force them to go one way and not give away the side. Right there, some good bit of work right there by number 18 from UWF.
Marcus Pereira with the 1-2.
Trying to find number 11. Carl Norton.
Pereira to take this corner kick. Whips it in.
A good
Bryce
save right
clears that
there.
out.
There's a lot of guys crashing in that box when they're going for corner kicks right now. They're only keeping one center back
Yeah, a lot of the UWF players are on the taller side. Maybe they have the advantage that way.
Unlucky. Romero is just fighting right there and getting a little too aggressive.
Yeah, we can see his frustration there. He's just trying to get some possession.
Just trying to have a little bit of creativity. Sam with a little bit of pressure right there on the inside. Just some miscommunication. Really, it's about talking right here from the Eagles.
Weber to build that from the back. Finds Pereira, which, I mean, we've said it time again and again. He's been all over this midfield.
Really, right there, you just got to play through it. I know
Brenton
Sam.
Phelps, number 33. Berrigan there giving chase.
Nicholas Clark showing some hustle right there. Trying to press together.
Now Finn all the way out wide.
Good decision right there by Bryce to just let the ball go out of bounds and try to just get a goal kick. Good win right there as Salvador's trying to fight in the middle.
Kendrick goes back with number 14, Martinez. Feldman to Weber.
Danny, what would you say is the possession ratio right now?
I want to say
Percentage-wise?
90 to 10.
90 to 10?
90 to 10, yeah, around that. I mean, if that, we haven't been able to put even 10 passes together, I don't think, this half, but we enjoyed a little bit more of the ball in the first half, that's for sure. The second half was just, we've just been over.
Yeah, and I really do think that they've made it a point not to allow us to have the ball. And it doesn't really help either that we've been playing a little bit of kickball,
Yeah,
just trying to boot it down the field and then have everyone push up and then get attacked again. So it does really take some discernment from our players to understand that when a player's
Yeah.
winning it right there, like,
yeah, Pereira in the middle with time and space to turn and find a pass. Finds Kendrick in the 18. Again with Pereira.
some good communication right there
Finds Martinez.
on their side.
Cuts it in. Pereira out. Kendrick puts the ball in.
Oh, that's a great touch right there as he brought the ball down
He's
right
over the
there.
goal.
Fontenot. We see Hernandez coming out for a substitute for Guillen, Jamie Guillen coming into the game. And we see Luke Miklas coming out of the game for the Eagles. as we see Jordan Long trying to press as he gets attacked right as soon as he comes into the game.
Yeah, great step over by Pereira to get past the defender. Then I believe it was Jacob Bernard again. And for very well on the ground, cross. And just a slight touch to put it in the back of the net by Guillen, I believe.
Yeah. It's good to hear some of the Eagles on the field just communicate that it's about staying disciplined. I know that a lot of them are expressing some frustration. You can definitely tell by their posture and by the way that they're getting stuck into a lot of these tackles that it's really frustrating. But it doesn't matter really if you're frustrated or whatever emotions you may be feeling, because at the end of the game, you better finish the game strong to really just make an impression that you're not going to give up regardless of the scoreline. As we see a good ball from Jordan Long to try to find Sam Berrigan. Sam Berrigan setting it for Jamison Jones, and Jamison Jones trying to find out wide. As we try to have some possession, I think they're trying to ping some passes. I think that's about 6 passes right now, 7. And now we're just shifting the ball. It's exactly what you want to see. We just want to see a little bit more. Unlucky right there by Jacob Bernard as he just tried to take a defender on. Maybe a touch too much as we see him recover. Might be a little too long for the UWF player to be able to retrieve. But really, Danny, I do believe that there's been a few good glimpses from this Eagles team despite what the scoreline has been giving us of just how much they've improved as a team from this year compared to last year. It's a completely different team and a completely different mindset, and they're demonstrating that by their mentality of competitiveness, especially with a D2 school such as UWF, because, I mean, look back, I think it was about a year or 2 ago, UWF had just won their division. And so they're really a team to challenge our PCC Eagles, but also a team that we can learn a lot from. And I really do think it is going to be a game that is encouraging for us to watch, but it's encouraging better for the players to be able to experience, because in the longevity of their college careers, it's going to help them when they have other games that may be a little harder or closer in the scoreline, such as like 2-3-0 down, that scoreline is not too far from coming back.
Yeah, definitely.
See a good ball right there. Some communication right there by the goalkeeper to calm off. But really, we didn't see anyone crashing, which is
we
unfortunate.
didn't have anybody there in the area.
Yeah, which you definitely want to have more people there, because though we're smaller than some of these UWF players, it doesn't matter. Like, it comes down to who wants it more and who's going to desire to win it. But right there, we just showed that we didn't really want to get stuck in and challenge for the ball. It's a good through ball. As Bryce comes out and has a hard tackle and gets stuck in and wins the ball, it's a good challenge that you want to see your goalkeeper going with that grit right there and not being afraid to get stuck in on a challenge and not just back away from it and give them an opportunity to score. We see an in-swinger come with just a finish. We had 4 Eagles players right there, and really it comes down to you got to locate where the ball is and just clear it.
Yeah, we're not able to clear that ball, out of the danger zone. We saw that happen in the past couple of goals as well. Most of these goals, I think half of them came from corner kicks.
Yeah.
So that's something that coach can look into improving, trying to set up a defensive tactics because definitely we can't really have we can't get scored on off of set pieces.
Yeah, and especially I understand where Bryce is coming from with his frustration, because that's been a handful of times tonight where a set piece is literally what is keeping this Eagles team back from being in this game. And so when you see that as a goalkeeper, you would think that everyone would kind of get the idea that we need to mark up. But it definitely is something that they can improve on and grow from. And hopefully we'll see a difference in this upcoming game. And we'll see some different perspectives and different actions from our Eagles players.
Yeah, I think once this game is over, the Eagles just gonna have to brush this loss off and focus on the next game ahead, because it's a conference game and it's gonna be really important to the rankings. And yeah, I mean we've had Trinity over here many times before, and they're always a very fun game to play against. They're very competitive.
Intense.
Yeah, very intense. It's intense all through the 90 minutes. And, you just got to forget about this game. Obviously trying to improve from our mistakes. But, continue to keep going on with the season ahead of us. Because we've just got started. This is our 6th game into the season.
Yeah.
So got a lot of season left to improve and to continue, to get more experience for this. We have a lot of new freshmen and sophomore. And this is definitely a good experience.
Yeah, and I really do think that for those watching, don't be disheartened by the scoreline and how the Eagles are playing. Because honestly, I remember going back to the year that we won nationals. We had a really massive scoreline.
Yeah.
It was almost like 13-0 or something like
that.
that.
We've been here before, and we've bounced back.
Yeah, and so really, I remember a saying from one of our seniors that year of just saying, we acknowledge that game, but we move on, and we put it in our back pocket. We learn from it, but at the end of the day, we are focused on the next team, and then the next team, and the next game, the next possession, the next ball. And that's really what the Eagles right here have to focus on, as we have a just unnecessary push right there in the back from the UWF attacker. But really, it comes down to, what are the Eagles going to do in response to this game? Because the game after is almost a defining moment, don't you think, Danny, of how they respond as a group, as a team, and as a collective effort.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we talked about before, a lot of season left, a lot of games left to play. And this is, we kind of knew coming into this game it's going to be a tough game. And just got to improve from now on. And we've played UWF every year since I remember being, on the team. There hasn't been a year that we didn't play them. Even during the COVID season, I think we were still able to play them.
Yeah, I think, but we ended up playing them that year, but it was unfortunate because I don't think they had a season until the spring, so we were kind of a preseason match for them. But yeah, no, really, it comes down to right here as Bryce comes out, as they score their 11th goal.
Yeah, really good finish there by Fontenot.
We see it was a change in goalkeepers that we've had since we've been talking, as Nathaniel Hickson comes in for Bryce Hammond.
Yeah, this is the 11th of the night. It's been a long night for our Eagles tonight, but they've never let their foot off the gas here. We're always trying to attack.
Yeah, and we see that Coach Liwaz really has pulled out a lot of his starters and left in some substitutes just to rest some legs. And we see some frustration right there by Romero as he launches the ball. We have Branson Phelps coming in on the left. And we have a front three of Branson Phelps, Samuel Berrigan, and Nicholas Clark up top, and they seem very fluid, just being able to bounce off each other and switch positions and understand that it's whoever has the most energy in that moment, really.
And the Argos again playing very comfortably with a very, very good lead here in this game. Just enjoying the possession, making the Eagles chase the ball.
Yeah, and it is one of the things when you are playing a better team that when they hold possessions, really you have to almost change your mindset into a counter-attacking mindset where you're not going to have the ball at all.
They're just trying to round down the clock at this point.
Yeah. As we see 2 minutes of the game left and the clock winding down, we see that our Eagles really are trying to just work all the way to the clock.
A few takeaways though from this game, we saw Niue trying to capitalize on a couple mistakes there by the center backs, and I mean that's something that you can do with any team, you know, not just teams of this caliber, but teams in our own conference. If we were capitalizing on the mistakes, we can definitely get the upper hand on games that are very important to our season.
And that's unnecessary right there by Nicholas Clark. I know you're frustrated and you want to try to win the ball right there in the last 2 minutes, but it's unnecessary to grab a yellow card. Because, like, I mean, as much as you know, Danny, getting a card at the end of the game really, it doesn't hurt you in this game, but it hurts you in the next one. And that's really what the Eagles have to watch out for right at the end of this game as the game closes out. Nice little flick on from Nicholas Clark to try to find Jameson as he finds Salvador Pacor. Salvador trying to get a shot off, and Nicholas Clark and Salvador getting a shot off. As the clock winds down to the final seconds, Danny, what would you say is like one of the things that stood out to you most about this game?
Definitely patience. I mean, our Eagles have had to be very patient to be able to chase the ball and just get possession whenever they can. And you know, against a team like this, you know, with NCAA Division II champions, you've got to learn to be patient, to use the chances that you've got and use them wisely, be able to take advantage of those. But again, really good game tonight. Obviously, a lot of takeaways from this that our Eagles can continue to build upon, and we look forward to our next game this Saturday against Trinity, and that's going to be a very interesting game to watch as well.
Yeah, this Saturday, September 23rd, the Eagles will be hosting Trinity Baptist College beginning at 7 p.m. Be sure to tune in for that match as the Eagles look to continue their historic 2023 season. And we just want to say to all those watching, really, this Eagles team has showed an enormous amount of character this season in fighting back the way that they have in these past few games and showing some just real grit. I know even at the end of it right there, Nicholas Clark showing some grit to close out the game and unfortunately got carded, but just playing a little bit aggressive and trying to show that never give up mentality, you know. And so we thank you again for watching, and we will see you next time, Eagle Soccer.